Hey guys, Costless here, and again with another NFL video. Today we're going to be doing the predictions video for the Super Wild Card Weekend. I know I did not do a predictions video for Week 18. I didn't make any predictions on that. There was too much bullshit going on, honestly. Who's resting, who's starting, who's tanking, who's not tanking, who's playing for seeding in the playoffs. Too much bullshit, so I just skipped out on it. But I'm back, and we're here for the first round of the playoffs, and there's some good games here. There's some games that I predict going one way, but if it goes the other way, I'm not going to be too shocked. So let's start off with the Chargers going to Houston to take on the Texans. It appears, in my opinion, that the Texans are kind of limping into these playoffs. They haven't really beat big teams, and yeah, they started hot and they really really cooled off. 10-7 team. They're in because the AFC South is so weak. It's a horrible division, and when you look at the line, Chargers -3 is the spread. The money line's Houston plus 135. So Chargers a slight favorite, not overwhelming. It's not like what was it? We've seen a plus 500 line before, so nothing crazy. But I do agree. And it pains me to say this because I'm not a big fan of Justin Herbert. I think he's a choke artist, but I think he finds a way to win this game. I feel bad for the Texans fans. I have nothing against them, but I just don't see how they win this game. I think Harbaugh's just going to make this game really ugly. He's going to make it really hard on CJ Stroud to get anything going. And with CJ Stroud, with the limited weapons he has due to injury, I just don't see how the Texans do well in this game. So I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one, but if the Texans somehow pull it off, I wouldn't be too shocked, to be honest. The next game is Pittsburgh versus Baltimore, another AFC North matchup, and you know it's going to be a good one. The Steelers finishing 10-7, while the Ravens won the division with a 12-5 record. Everyone's going to talk about how the Steelers were losing late into the season, and I have Baltimore winning this game. You look at the spread, Baltimore plus 9.5. I'm sorry, Baltimore minus 9.5 with the money line. Pittsburgh plus 380. Yeah, comfortably the Ravens should win this easily. Let's be honest here. I think the only thing that makes this interesting is that it's a division rivalry, and those defenses always play tough. But I just don't trust Russell Wilson or Justin Fields or Arthur Smith, conducting that offense at all. So yeah, you can even ask Steelers fans. Everyone wants Arthur Smith out already, even after one season, which is insane. But yeah, Pittsburgh, you got a medal for making the playoffs and not having a losing season, but you're going to get rewarded with another first round exit. You don't scare anyone. Yeah, you make the playoffs. It's kind of remarkable how they're always a playoff team, but they're always out. Like no one scares them. Like yeah, they're a playoff team, but it's no one. Everyone knows that they're not going to do anything. Which I don't know if I would want my team to be like that. And that's coming from a New York Giants fan, as you can see in my banner. 100 seasons, and they saved the worst one for the 100th season, which was insane. But but yeah, let's try not to make this a Giants video. I'll do my best. But Baltimore should win that pretty easily. The Broncos going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. I don't even think this is a question. I like Denver at home. Denver on the road's a different animal, and I don't want to, you know, put money on that animal. I'll say that. You look at the spread, Buffalo minus 9.5, and the money line's Denver plus 380. I agree. I'm surprised it's not a harsher money line on that, to be honest. But, Denver earned the right to be in here. If it was Burrow and the Bengals, of course, this would have been a more intriguing matchup. But since it's Denver, you know, I just I just don't see how they pull this off. This would probably be one of the most unlikely upsets that could happen this weekend. I would be more shocked that that happens than Pittsburgh being the Ravens. I think if Denver actually goes into Buffalo and wins that, that's insane. Especially the year that Buffalo's had would be pretty insane. The next game's the Packers going to Philadelphia to take on the bloody fucking Eagles. I hate the Eagles for obvious reasons, but I'm gonna have to back the Eagles, man. They're just too damn good. And I know people are picking the Eagles to go all the way to the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be too shocked. I wouldn't be too shocked. And if you guys recall, my Super Bowl matchup was Packers versus Chiefs, with the Chiefs winning the three-peat. And I know I'm contradicting myself saying the Eagles are going to win, but I had higher expectations for the Packers. They did not meet those expectations. Um, yeah, the Packers, they're a good team, but I just don't see how they. I haven't seen a game where they go and win in prime time, or I haven't seen a game where they go beat a big team in a big spot. It's just they kind of win games and they're kind of quiet. They're too quiet for me. They're too quiet for me. But you look at the spread, Philly -5, and the money line's Green Bay plus 210. So, they are an underdog going into this, not by a lot, but yeah, I would agree with Vegas on this one. I got the Eagles winning this, and I just want to give someone their flowers that truly deserves it, and that is Saquon Barkley. He should be the he should hold the record for the single season rushing yards, but of course Nick Sirianni's got to ruin everything. Like literally everything he can ruin, he does ruin. And but yeah, Saquon Barkley, I have no ill will towards that guy. Uh, Big respect to him for doing what he's done. Um, yeah, you know, I'm a fan of the Titanic. If the Titanic was an NFL team, it's definitely the New York Giants, and he got off that motherfucker early before they really risked his career being like a joke. So it's pretty cool to see. I'm not gonna root for him though. I'm not rooting for the Eagles, and never, never would root for Philly to do anything good. But it is cool to see that Barkley is doing well after at post New York. I think this is the first underdog I take, which is Washington over Tampa Bay. You have the Commanders coming in to town. The spread is Tampa -3, and the money line's Washington plus 140. I don't know what's I don't know what's telling me to pick Tampa Bay, but I mean to pick Washington. I think Dan Quinn's gonna get that defense on right, and I think Cliff Kingsbury's gonna have that offense churning. And Todd Bowles, you know, he's a good coach, but I just him going seeing Tampa lose in Dallas and seeing Tampa struggle last game of the season. Who did they play last game of the season? They needed to win it. They really made a game of it. Yeah, the Saints. They were struggling with the Saints at home. It's just I don't like I like Tampa, but there's things that I see it. It's just I can't pick them. I'll take the dog on this one. I'll be a little bit interesting here, but yeah, I just don't. I think there's just too many mistakes with Tampa Bay, and it's crazy that I'm picking the rookie quarterback to beat Tampa Bay. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Washington on this one. I just think that they're better coached, and you could say there's better talent on this offensive side of the ball for Tampa, but well, I think for sure Tampa has better offensive talent, but I just don't know. I just don't. I just don't trust them. They just make too many competitive games with lesser teams, and in a big spot, this game's gonna be Sunday Night Football, 7 p.m. NBC. I don't know. I don't know how they do well in that game, but I think this is probably going to be the most competitive game you're going to see this weekend. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. Then we go to Monday Night Football. It is the one that has been moved to Arizona, and I think because it's been moved to Arizona, it favors the team I'm picking to win, which is the Minnesota Vikings. You look at the spread, Minnesota -3. You look at the money line, the Rams plus 125. If this was in LA, I would have picked the Rams, but since both teams have to travel, I think the Vikings fan support's gonna be better in Arizona than the Rams, and I got the Vikings winning this, guys. I really do. And it's hard for me to say this. Not like it's not that I don't like the Vikings or have anything against them, but I just can't get over how bad they looked. The last game of the season against the Lions. I saw that game with a buddy of mine who's actually a Vikings fan at Twin Peaks, and the guy was just devastated, distraught, and I can see why. I just It looks like Darnold's been found out, but maybe it's too early to say that. But you got Daniel Jones right waiting. He got elevated from the practice squad. Now he's on the 53-man roster. So if Daniel Jones goes into that game and wins that, I will be laughing my ass off. And I just saw, let me see if it pops up here. I saw some stupid shit. Yeah, Kevin O'Connell says Daniel Jones has progressed well since joining Vikings. Dude, if Daniel Jones gets, I can't even say it without laughing. If Daniel Jones goes into this game and he wins the game for the Vikings, I will laugh my ass off. I feel like I should announce a forfeit if that happens, but I don't know what you want me to forfeit. You know, any suggestions in the comments, but I will take under consideration, but I just don't know what you guys want me like. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I think the Vikings win this just because O'Connell's going to scheme his way to a victory. And it's going to be interesting. O'Connell, the understudy of McVay, the former understudy of McVay, going at it with him. It's gonna be a good game, guys. It's gonna be a good game. Um, just like I think the Washington Tampa game and the Vikings Rams game, I think those two are super competitive. But there's not really any stinkers here. I think the Broncos Bills game could be a stinker, but I don't see it being that bad just because you have Sean Payton still. But yeah, there's not really any like, wow, that's so obvious that's gonna happen. I think any of these games I could see it's realistic that they could go either way. I know the money lines are the money lines that I read out, but it's not been bad. So hopefully we get some good playoffs this year because the regular season for the NFL has been a little spotty. It has been a little hit and miss here, as you can as we all saw throughout the season. So hopefully we get treated to some good playoff games this weekend. But hopefully we get a high percentage, for correct pick rate. And I will be talking to you guys late Monday or early Tuesday with a smile from ear to ear. And if Daniel Jones wins that playoff game for the Vikings, I will be laughing my ass off, and I can't wait to record my reaction to that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But if your team's in the playoffs, best of luck. My Giants are not in the playoffs. And if you were to ask me honestly, objectively, I don't even think they belong in NFL, but that is not my decision to make. But like I said, I hope your guys' team does the best that they can. And yeah, hopefully we get treated to some good games. Until Monday or Tuesday, I'll see you. Take care. Don't be doing some crazy shit. Don't be doing felonies or anything like that. I'll see you on the next one. Costless tying out.
Bye bye.